Hey everyone! Today I'm going to be rating my point shoes and I have barely any arches at all, so this video is going to be interesting. Note this is a random video and these are only my functioning point shoes. So the first pair I have is a Murlet, or however you say it. It's not really good. Like, the shank is plastic, which is kind of good because I usually only buy Gaynors, but they die very fast and the box causes blisters, and it depends on the user, but I wouldn't recommend them. So it depends on who wants to use them and how you sew the ribbons on and stuff. But for me, these shoes aren't the best choice. As you can see by the name, they originate from France, and I'm not French, so my point shoe preference is completely different. I wouldn't rate them well. These point shoes were literal lifesavers back to then when I was 12 and when I literally couldn't use like Nikolai's or Russian point shoes. And these are Gaynor Mindens. They're sadly not sold anymore because American Gaynor trauma, but I had to cut them for them to fit my foot, but they're very useful and I won competitions in them, so that's good. These are my current point shoes. They're the European versions of the Gaynor Mindens, and I think they're pretty good. I wouldn't rate them as good as the American versions, but they are pretty much like the harder backup for them. The rising ability and like turns and movements on them are really good because they're more hard than the other Gaynors. They also picture your arch pretty well if you have a good arch. These are the Gaynor Mindens, also American. They are pretty nice. They're like tapered, and I would definitely recommend these if they were still in stock. I know I should have made this video earlier, but they also kind of saved me because back then there were literally no options for point shoes, so I chose these and they were good. This pair is the other American Gaynor pair, but it is much worse. It's only the shank, nothing else. They're the same shoe, but the shank literally makes it so much worse. And I like my shoes hard, so the green shank technically wouldn't been a problem for me, but for some reason they're pretty bad. Like, they fall off my foot no matter how I sew the ribbons on, and they're very uncomfortable, so I prefer yellow shank or anything under. All in all, I rate Murlets in 5th place, the green shank Gaynors in 4th place because they're not that good. The yellow shank American Gaynors are pretty good, so I rate them in 3rd place. European Gaynors, they just get a bonus for still existing, so I gave them 2nd place. And these ones, just thinking from the point of view of my 12-year-old self, I would definitely place them first, and I still would probably, so yeah, here they are.